what you want to. Please don't be polite, cause I
Hello people, and welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be visiting another makeup counter. I'm going to be going to the Too Faced store in Carnaby Street today, and I'm not going to lie to you guys, like, I really love Too Faced. It's one of my favourite high-end brands. Their Born This Way foundation is like my holy grail foundation, you know, so I have really high hopes, but you never know how these things are going to work. I could love the product, but when someone else is applying it on your skin, we don't know how I'm going to come out looking. Anyways, enough of that. Don't forget to click subscribe, join my YouTube family, give it a thumbs up, and let's make our way to London.
We make out for the thrill of it, mess around for the thrill of it. Don't stop now, never let this end. For the thrill of it, we can have it, no regret.
We have made it to Carnaby Street. I absolutely love Carnaby Street. It's got so much character. I'm out of breath. You know, my fitness level is just not quite there. We made it to the Too Faced store. Okay, let's actually go inside. So this store is so beautiful, guys. Honestly, just look at everything. This is such a gorgeous store. It's so pretty. Even look at the mirrors. Like, what the hell? Oh, I love it. And then you got the big foundations up there. With my gorgeous makeup artist, Selena. She's gonna be beating my face today. Okay, let's do it. Alright lads, and let's get cracking, shall we? So she told me that she likes to swatch the neck, the cheek and the forehead, and I was like, yeah, that's cool, whatever your method is, let's go with it. So you can see she's swatching it onto the face, and actually it was a really good match. So she went with the shade Natural Beige, which is this guy here, and it worked out really well. As I previously mentioned, I am already a fan of this foundation. She then shared with me some of the brand new skincare products that Too Faced have gone and brought out. I haven't tried them prior to this, so this is my first time trying them. So all the products, as always, will be listed in the down bar as well, along with the shades and everything like that. Next up, she grabbed the moisturizer, which also has SPF in it, and as you can see, applied it to the skin and massaged that into the face. And then after that, she actually grabbed the lip plumper, and she said what she likes to do is she likes to apply this while she's doing the rest of the makeup. Then at the end, she can pat it off, and then the lips will be plump and fuller, and then she'll add her lip product. And I thought that was pretty cool, because normally people apply their lip plumper, you know, last once they got all the rest of their makeup on. So I just thought that was really cool. Anyways, she then grabbed one of the multi-sculpt concealers and popped that onto my eyelid to blank out any discoloration that I may have on my eyelid, and to also use it as a bit of a primer. Next up was this peach powder here, and she used that just to set that concealer in place and to stop any sort of smudging. So as you can see, she's lightly dusting that onto my eyelids. This is the Palm Spring Dreams palette. So I do believe this was an exclusive to Carnaby store, but I don't know, guys. Okay, don't quote me on that. I will leave if that's right or wrong in the down bar. They shared with me this palette and said it's one of the newest ones, so I was happy to go ahead and use it, of course. And yeah, so anyways, she took the lighter shade and popped that underneath my brow bone, then went in with more of a neutral kind of brown into the socket line with a fluffy brush, and then also took a smaller brush and brought that down towards those lashes. Once that was done, she then grabbed the orange shade from the palette and also ran that into the socket line as well to add some warmth. Then grabbed that darker brown shade from the exact same palette, and then grabbed a smaller brush and applied that onto the outer corner of the eyes, as you guys can see right there for yourself. Then once that was done, she took one of the more bronzy kind of orangey shimmer shades from the palette, and she took it on the brush first of all, and then she spritzed the brush. Now normally what I've always seen and what I've always done is someone spritzing the brush then going in with the palette, and she said she likes to do it the other way around because sometimes it can leave like that top surface on your eyeshadow. Do you know what I mean? Like, you know, when you get that little bit, you have to kind of scrape it off where it's dried down. And I was like, that is such a good idea to do it the other way around, because you're still going to get that result. So yeah, I don't know, I just thought that was really cool that she did it that way. I love learning different things off of different makeup artists, because of course everyone's going to have their own sort of techniques, their own vibe, their own things they like to do. And yeah, I just really like that. Then she took that purple shade on the middle of the lid and then run the brown on the outer corner and underneath the lashes. Then she scraped off some more of that brown shade and then used the Shadow Insurance primer. Now because Too Faced don't actually have any sort of like smoky pencils or anything like that that you can use on the eyes, she created her own kind of like cream liner in a way. So she mixed that together and then of course popped it onto my waterline and then smoked it out with some of the eyeshadow. Moving on to the face now, the first product that was grabbed was the Too Faced Hangover Cure Primer. I have used this before and really do like it. She then took the Born This Way foundation and actually mixed it in with the primer, and then grabbed a really big fluffy brush and started buffing that all over my face, as you can see here. The best thing about this foundation is you definitely can build it up, but you don't have to have too much of it, if you know what I mean, like it's not too full. And then took a sponge and patted that all over the skin. It's time for concealer now, and she took the Multi-Sculpt Concealer, and this gives you such a nice high coverage, but it just doesn't feel thick on the skin, and I absolutely love that about this concealer. And then once that was blended out, of course, she then grabbed her sponge again and patted that on top. And then to set that in place, she grabbed the Too Faced Loose Born This Way powder and got a big fluffy brush and pressed that into the skin and kind of rolled it in there as well. She put that underneath the eyes and then all around the face, as you guys and girls can see it being done here. She then grabbed the Cocoa Contour, wow, palette, and then went for this lighter shade here. Now I did mention I do like quite a nice under eye, and I like my under eye bags to be fairly covered if possible. So she pressed that underneath the eye and then went with one of the lighter contour shades and did that free-like motion. It's very soft and subtle, as you can see here, and then went with one of the darker shades just to warm up the skin and give it a little bit more of that bronze look. So she took that on the forehead and also onto the cheeks. She then mentioned how she likes to use this shade in the palette as a blusher, so of course she popped that onto the apples of my cheeks. Now because it was quite subtle, she then decided to grab another product just to amp it up a little bit more, and then we moved on to the eyebrows. Now I have to say, guys, I didn't know that Too Faced actually do a range of brow products until this day. I was quite surprised. So she used this brow pencil, and then she took this Brow Envy palette and grabbed a brand new spoolie and took off some of that waxy product and then spritzed the brush and ran it through the brow hairs just to give it a little bit more of that fluffy brow look, as you can see here for yourselves. Once that was done, it's then time to move on to the lips. She took this nude liquid lipstick and grabbed a small brush and then popped that all over the lips. Highlighter time. So she grabbed this peach palette. As I mentioned, I'll link everything in the down bar because I can't remember all the names and shades off of the top of my head, sorry guys. And then she did my cheekbones, bridge of the nose, and then also my Cupid's bow. Once that was done, she then grabbed one of their super famous mascaras. We all pretty much know this mascara, it's so popular, and of course applied that onto my eyelashes and then spritzed my face just to set that all in place. And then this was the finished result. Okay guys and girls, so I have just left the Too Faced store, as you can see, and I just wanted to show you the makeup outside. You know, I always do this, I always show you it outside in broad daylight so you can see it for yourself. And then when I get home, I'll talk you through the overall look, what I asked for, the products, everything like that. So yes, I'll see you when I get home. Basically, we are back in the same place that I like to bring you all once we have done these makeup counter videos. Of course, I have had the makeup on for a little while longer now, hence why I'm looking a little bit shiny in these usual areas. This does always happen to me. This is not abnormal. I do always tend to get shiny. Bit rude. I do tend to get shiny in these areas anyway, so this doesn't surprise me. Now I'm just basically going to walk you through the look that I asked for, what we had used, everything like that, and of course give you some close-up shots of the makeup. I basically said to her, like, look, I'm really chill, I would just love a nice bronzy kind of look, because of course, like I've mentioned in all my videos, in every single makeup counter that I've gone to, this is now my 4th one, every time I have changed the look. I personally like doing that. I don't want to wear the same makeup every time around. You know, the first one was like a soft glam, then we had more of a colourful eye, then we had just like a typical Charlotte Tilbury, you know, Victoria's Secret vibe, and then this time I just really wanted something a little bit more bronzy and orange, which is what we have on those eyes. Here we have the eye makeup. Bearing in mind this has been on for a few hours now, guys. So Selena says she doesn't normally like to bring her eyeshadow like high, like too high. Personally, I like my eyeshadow to go quite high up here, just because I don't really have a lot of lid space and my eyes are fairly hooded, so because of that I like to bring my eyeshadow up fairly high. Of course, everyone has their own preference. I love the fact that she put a little orange sparkle here and then like a pinky sparkle in the center. That was really nice, and as I mentioned, she used the new Palm Spring Dreams palette on me. Don't really have much to say on the foundation. I really like the foundation, it's a great product. With the under eyes, I did say to her I like them to be quite bright and to cancel out my natural under eyes because I have quite dark ones. So this is what the under eye is looking like, and then if I just give you a little bit of a pan so you can see the rest of the face. I think when you look at the makeup from far, the colour on the eyelids actually does stand out and look really nice. The contour isn't too harsh, it's very soft, it's just more bronzy, which is what I wanted. I did ask for a bronze look. This is the only makeup counter that hasn't actually contoured my nose. Every other one that I've been to, they have done. But with that being said, I would love to hear your feedback and what you actually think of this makeup look. Gonna mention about the prices now. You can get the full face for £45 for 45 minutes. And then you can get 30 minutes for the eyes, which is just 25, and then you can book in store or you can call them. I want to quickly mention that because I know I get so many questions on prices and stuff like that and different things, but of course I don't have all the information, but that is information I have written down to share with you all. If there's any other questions you have, then feel free to give them a call. I have already booked into my next makeup counter and I'm not going to tell you what it is just yet, but I'm already booked in and I cannot wait. I'm having so much fun recording this series and sharing it with you. I'm loving the feedback. Thank you so much for watching, sharing, commenting, liking, all of that good stuff. I really do appreciate it. Okay, so I'm going to leave it there. Thank you so much for watching. I'll be seeing you in a next video and when we go and visit counter number 5. Bye guys, take care.